Hey there, folks. We're going to jump into our Ukraine update. Magically, out of the blue, where did he go? There's a general that has disappeared. Where did he go, folks? I don't know. Maybe he's hanging out over a balcony or something.
Now, in Russia, the Kremlin has refused to answer questions about the fate of one of the country's most senior military commanders. A report suggests that General Sergei Sorokin
Solohov, you're probably correct. I am coming from a Western point of view.
Is being investigated over possible links to the mutiny by the Wagner mercenary group. He's not been seen since Saturday morning when Wagner's short-lived rebellion started. From Moscow, our Russia editor Steve Rosenberg sent this.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
If you're the president and you faced a mutiny, what you really want are public displays of adoration. We're with you. We all support you, she says, at this Moscow event. Vladimir Putin liked that. And look what happened last night. Putin mobbed in Dagestan, in the south of Russia. Very un-Putin-like this, getting up close and personal with people.
Boy, I bet his bodyguards were having a good old time. Who do you think had the hand sanitizer, right? He's deathly afraid. Do you think all these people were picked out? Putin look-alike? Come on, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Do you think all these people were pre-screened?
Good timing, though.
Oh,
a few days ago.
I got it spelled wrong. Sorry. I was in a hurry. I'm sorry. I was in a hurry.
It was the Wagner mercenaries being cheered, including their leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin.
Fuck you, Karstein. Fuck you.
As they ended their rebellion. State TV went into overdrive about Putin. Even rock stars don't get this treatment, she says.
This is a turbocharged Putin.
Gee, I wonder why Putin decided he wanted to be a man of the people all of a sudden. I think he's a bit shook. Who knows what he's actually feeling, but it seems impossible to think that he isn't at least a little bit shook, right?
Seeing suddenly, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere, trying to show he's super popular.
Putin
and in
double?
control.
No, I'm not. Denny doesn't buy it. I don't buy it either. I don't see any proof of a double. Y'all think this is fucking Mission Impossible? You know how hard it was? You know how hard it would be to create a one-to-one copy who's like, you're standing there and you're like looking at him right in the face like some of these cameras are, and you're like, oh yeah, that's him, that's him. It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, Davey, I think you're right. Welcome back, by the way, everybody. Woke Patriot Davey. I'm shitting on everyone in the chat. I'm sorry. But welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Fair France murder rate is much lower than the U.S. Oh, you're responding to Panda Man. Sorry.
By this mutiny, Russia's president faces another pressing task, trying to work out...
He kind of does look like he's holding one in, doesn't he?
...who he can trust.
All right.
Can he trust this senior commander?
Oh,
General
God.
Surovikin was head of Russia's invasion force in Ukraine. He's thought to have been close to Mr. Prigozhin. He hasn't been seen in public since Saturday, fueling speculation.
This guy looks like he's holding one in, too. He looks like he's actually taking a shit. Yeah, I saw Greta Thunberg. I didn't feel like reporting on it because all I've seen right now is just 20-second clips of her walking up, shaking his hand, and then sitting down. Okay. I think she's awesome. Greta Thunberg is the shit. This guy is taking a shit.
He may be under suspicion.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg is amazing.
For many here, the
Fully
mutiny
supportive.
has added to the atmosphere of uncertainty as Russia's war in Ukraine grinds on. In reality, few Russians are cheering about what's happening to Russia. But some still have hope.
Look, I'm going to give Zelensky a break because he can't afford to be making enemies of anybody, especially in the right wing in the United States that he needs to be buddy-buddy with. So Zelensky's making the right choice. But let's not get it twisted. You think Mike Pence gives a single flying fuck about Ukraine? Right? That this isn't 110% all about Mike Pence's perception that he's fucking presidential material? Are you kidding me? I've literally bought hot dogs from vendors that could get better numbers than Mike Pence in a fucking presidential election. Okay? I've talked to lobotomized medical patients that could probably get more votes than Mike Pence in a national election. He needs all the help he can get. That motherfucker needs he needs the help of the space aliens revealing themselves and telling all the world you need to support Mike Pence. That is the only thing that will get Mike Pence into office, right? And he would still have some problems. He would still probably lose a couple debates to Trump.
When this story would
Yes, Solov is 100% correct. That man is a Dr. Evil cosplayer. All right, let's rewind this.
Russia. But some still have hope.
when this story would finish on this or other way, then would be a new beginning. And it's necessary to be prepared.
But will a new beginning be better or possibly worse?
First it would be worse. And then, if we survive, it would be a window of opportunity. And it would be necessary to use it.
As for Russia's immediate future,
Thank you, Woke Patriot, for not giving up on the stream. Hell yeah, that's what I like to see. Perseverance. We watch the stream no matter what. Thank you, Woke Patriot.
after the mutiny, that's unclear. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Moscow.
Well, Dr. Marina Miron is a...
Well, I'm just going to whisper into the mic so everyone else has to turn up the mic, and then I'm going to play a clip that's twice as loud. Excuse me. What happened to professionals in the media industry?
Russian expert at King's College London, and I asked her about Vladimir Putin's future now.
Well, I think for Putin it was a very important moment, the so-called mutiny or rebellion.
I need to secure. I have a list in the Discord of future interviews that I need to do. I might be able to interview this person. She seems like she's cool enough to actually take an interview with me. I'm going to write her down.
Because he had the time to observe how the high-ranking military officers would be acting, how local governors would be acting, and who is essentially going to support Putin and stand on his side, and who is going to side with Prigozhin. And when Putin said that he would punish the traitors, I don't think that he was directly referring to Prigozhin himself. Rather, Prigozhin was used in this context as a bait to see who is loyal and who is not. And it served the purpose of now to initiate this witch hunt.
Panda Man, I've attempted to contact Dylan Burns' handler to reach out for an interview, and I got ghosted. So I just unfollowed him and moved on with my life. I guess Dylan Burns is just too big for the News Underground. Sorry. No Dylan Burns interview coming up. Sorry.
For high-ranking military officers such as...
Destiny can suck my whole dick, but I will say that I was impressed with Destiny's calls to his audience. Apparently, I was seeing this in Reddit. He actually does make frequent calls to his audience to participate in democracy, to vote, to to understand the local elections, to know who to properly vote. So I will publicly say thank you to Destiny, who I hate your fucking guts, but I do agree with your calls to participate in democracy. Thank you for doing that with your your incredibly large audience that I don't think you're doing very much with, but at the very least you're telling them to participate in democracy. So thank you, Destiny. Suck my dick.
General Sergei Surovikin, who allegedly knew about the mutiny, but who failed to inform the FSB thereof. So there will be definitely restructuring in the Ministry of Defense, and Putin has a carte blanche now because he has a very good reason to justify his actions without seeing resistance from Mr. Shoigu.
This last week, how do you think it's changed the face of the conflict?
Well, I think in terms of the conflict, Putin saw what he essentially wanted to see in terms of the allegiance of the armed forces on the ground in Ukraine. They maintained their defensive positions, so it didn't really have the short-term impact that that Putin was fearing, perhaps. And in the grander scheme of things, now there is a question who is going to replace the Wagner Group in Ukraine. And
Restructuring, boy, I'd say that. Boy, somebody's going to be restructuring the sidewalk really soon with their fucking spinal cord.
Some of the State Duma politicians.
That's great news, Davey. They should have been there last year. I mean, enough of the pussyfooting around. Like after the first of Ukrainian offensive, it should have been jets, planes, fucking missiles, the whole thing, man. Right? Once the Ukrainians proved that they weren't going to, take those weapons and hoard them and sell them, and we're actually going to use them on the front line and be effective with them, should have been gloves off. So sick of the pussyfooting around, right? I mean, we're past the jets, right? Okay, are we done pussyfooting around, right? Are we worried about escalation now? Let's go. Let's finish this up. I'm so sick and tired of seeing Ukrainians die on this fucking battlefield when they could be smoking them with the right tools.
Believes that the Wagner or the segment of Wagner will still be fighting in Ukraine. There is hope that they will be signing those contracts with the Ministry of Defense in order to be repurposed, because the Kremlin recognizes that those are the best fighters that they can hope for to have, and therefore it will be important to be able to use them again for solving specific battlefield tasks, especially when it comes to offensive operations. So,
but will these shreds of Wagner, will these elements of Wagner be as effective? I'm sure there'll be some teams that that are able to be just as effective as they were, but will they really be as effective as a unit, right? Because they're not a unit anymore. They're dissolved and put through the Russian bureaucracy. Russia's probably like separating some of these teams, right? Separating those cohesive, working well together, group of guys that are fucking real killers, right? Sending one to different, front lines and things like that, completely screwing up the reason why Wagner was working so well as you could say. Like I said, they've only technically taken Bakhmut. I mean, technically, right? Apparently it was the Prigozhin mutiny that convinced the White House that there was a real possibility for Ukraine to win. It showed real fractures in the Russian ranks. I don't know. They seem to be okay. I mean, okay. Do you think maybe this Wagner situation might help the West stop its pussyfooting around with Crimea? I guess we got to see what they're going to do with that Zaporizhzhia power plant. That will probably change things. But if it will change things, then he's going to do it, right? If Putin thinks that doing something to that nuclear power plant will actually change something, he'll do it. So if he does it, Biden will have no choice but to go all in and let Ukraine take Crimea back if he fucks with the Zaporizhzhia power plant. If Putin fucks with the Zaporizhzhia power plant, right? Because he can't let Putin use radiation and as a leverage that works, right? He can't let Putin get away with using basically a dirty bomb, right? He can't let him get away with that.
So Russia has now a window of opportunity, because it's on the defensive now, to see how this capabilities gap.
Bro, dude, this guy. Bro. Okay, you watch this guy on the right.
Especially when it comes to offensive operations. So Russia has now a window of opportunity, because it's on the defensive now, to see how this capabilities gap can be filled.
What about wider morale in the Russian forces? Is there a reliable way of judging where it stands right now?
It must.
Panda Man, I hate to agree with you. I'm a huge Democracy Now! Fan, and I am nothing but ashamed to see Democracy Now! Platform some, quite frankly, bad actors at this point, right? People that are literally doing what Davey was doing last segment and looking at reality and recontextualizing, reweaving it. Oh, that's not actually what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Gaslighting, right? Real events. Medea Benjamin, okay? Jeffrey Sachs, another great example. Jeffrey Sachs, a complete defeatist, total defeatist. Oh, how dare Zelensky put his people in danger at the might of the Russian army?
Must be mixed, because obviously simple soldiers, they might not be very much in favor of corrupt top leadership. So for them, this overhaul or the upcoming overhaul might actually boost some morale. On the other hand, there are also those who do not really like Prigozhin and see him as a competition when it comes to his performance in Ukraine and how that has been depicted
Interesting,
by
Davey.
the
Thank you for
Russian
the
media
context.
and how people cheered on, whereas regular troops don't get that kind of treatment. So for them, the main competitor is
interesting.
essentially gone now.
Some
So
jealousy.
I think that the morale will be mixed. Some will be obviously disappointed. Others will be more happy to get rid of Prigozhin and maybe work with somebody else because he didn't have the support of the entire armed forces behind him. So
Right.
he had his enemies as well.
That's a good point.
Continue.
All right, so I'm gonna try to get an interview with this person. I'm gonna try to do more interviews for everybody. You know, because I think their interviews are very interesting, and I don't know, it'll help me, you know, shake off some of this ignorance, right? To talk to some real experts. I mean, no offense to my incredibly excellent chat and everything, right? But I think it would help legitimize the stream a little bit. You know, talking to people who know what they're talking about, 100 who like are for sure know what they're talking about, right? Not just some jackass reacting to news clips. Okay, I got some problems with this. Can we talk about this? Ukraine's defense minister reveals reserves at the front not yet mobilized, and there are undisclosed successes. So here's my question: if this was true, why would they tell us? So if it's not true, it's a ruse. And if it's a ruse, does that mean that they don't have a lot of extra reserves, that they've actually exhausted their, you know, that the offensive might be over? Oh, I know. All right, hold on, folks. 1 second. Oh my God, you guys want to see this ugly son of a bitch that I just banned off Kick? Look at this guy. Hold on, I'll put him in my Discord. You want to take a look at this loser from Kick over here? He actually looks like me. Yeah, take a look. I'll put this in the general section of the Discord, and go ahead and exclamation point Discord if you want to see this person from Kick that I just banned. Absolutely hilarious. If the Zaporizhzhia power plant went nuclear deliberately by the Russian interference, and radioactive material would flow down the Dnieper to the Black Sea and form there into the Mediterranean, that doesn't even begin to account for airborne materials. Yeah, I mean, no, it will be counterproductive because the United States and the he looks like a Boogaloo boy. Yep. In the general section, Panda Man. Right, woke patriot every time, right? I swear to God, it's like they go to a store, they all shop at the same fucking place. But no, Solohov is 100% correct. I mean, the radiation could go to Poland. The radiation it could go anywhere, in any direction. China, right, could get hit with a big cloud of radiation. Just depends on the weather, right? And that's not even to say the long-term effects, right? Like you said, it flowing down the Dnieper into the Black Sea, and where that's going to go, where that radiation will end up. Don't forget Fukushima in Japan radiated the entire world. There was radiation spread across the entire world after the Fukushima disaster. Okay? Are we supposed to let a country, and then look, I know I sound privileged, right? Let a country, but honestly, where do we draw a line? Right? With a country, and it's like, well, the United States did it, United States did it, United States. People in the United States and people outside of the United States all agree that it was a really bad idea. Not all agree, but they agree that it should never happen again. It would be nice for the United States to officially apologized for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Didn't Barack Obama do that to Japan? He officially apologized for Hiroshima. Oh, we got a long way to go, but two wrongs don't make a right. The fact that the United States dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan does not give justification to Russia to sabotage the Zaporizhzhia power plant. It does not. Tankies and, Vantix in the chat. It just doesn't, right? And if Joe Biden doesn't respond, if the West doesn't respond, if NATO doesn't respond, if they stop helping, right? What message would that send Putin? All right, great. Dirty bombs all day. Dirty bombs in Syria, dirty bombs in Belarus, right? Wherever I'm having problems. Dirty bombs in Moldova, right? Oh, they're not going to fuck with me. They're not going to fuck with me now. I know the secret weapon to make them go away. Just use a little radiation. You don't think that they would repeat, right? Hey, if it's working. Russia doesn't fucking care about a little radiation. They'll radiate their own people. Oh, a cloud of radiation. Oh, drink some vodka, right? I learned in Stalker, apparently, drinking vodka lowers radiation. It doesn't, but, you know, whatever. No thanks, Panda Man. But yeah, so back to this, though. If this is true, why would they be telling us? Which makes me think it's not true, and I'm actually very worried. Live long and prosper. You know what I mean, though? Because if this was true, he wouldn't be saying this, right? Refused. Oh, he refused to apologize. So did Biden. No president. Okay, well, there you go. Our, you know, and it goes back to that moral high ground argument. Why does the United States get to use nukes and no one else does, right? And we haven't even apologized for it, but we have the gall to tell other countries that they can't. It is American exceptionalism. It is imperialism from an empire. It is realpolitik. Okay, it's without the bullshit. Okay, this facade of democracy, right? Can't even apologize for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Can't even do a quick my bad. Would America fall apart if we apologize for those atrocities? Have we apologized for Dresden? Like, you know, it's like, yeah, it was a war. Germany was blowing up citizens. All that said, it was actually incredibly horrific, and we apologize. Right? I mean, come on. How are we supposed to move forward if the United States, are we really supposed to accept a future where the United States doesn't accept the crimes of Vietnam, the crimes of Cuba, you know, the crimes of Iraq, Afghanistan, right? Really? We're just supposed to, like, oh, World War II in Ukraine, really good, and we're just supposed to ignore everything else, right? Extreme pressure on Russian positions are making progress in multiple places. Yeah, but why are we being bullshitted? Why are we being gaslit with this bullshit? If this was true, he wouldn't be telling us this. I just joined for that W take. Well, thank you, Dravens Lowell. But what if this was bullshit? Why would they be telling us? Why would they, you know? Maybe the Russians already know. They know the Russians know. So we need a PR boost in the media. Right? Russia already knows about this buildup. We can't hide it. We haven't been hiding it. So let's just brag about it, right? To help with the PR in the mediascape. Is that why? I doubt the feds apologize to their irradiated towns in Nevada, Arizona. Did the ATF apologize for Waco? You know what I mean? How is America supposed to, like, really honestly be the shining city on the hill if we can never accept our own faults? American exceptionalism is unsustainable. American exceptionalism will lead to American fascism, right? Because you get these Trumps, these DeSantises that Davey is going to proudly vote for. Good job, Davey. Congratulations on that one. But these fascists are going to, you know, it's all justified because it's American, right? Trump, that's what Trump was saying. I'm American, so it's all justified. So these pathetic sons of bitches, I think Ukraine does probably have a significant reserve. They have had a conscription going since February 2022. It's a good point. Davey, are you proudly voting for Chris Christie and Ron DeSantis and Trump? Or are you reluctantly doing that? Because it's the primary and these are your only choices. Please tell me you don't enjoy voting for Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie. You feel obligated. You feel in a corner. Wouldn't that be great, Draven? He's such a little bitch. Are you kidding me? If Trump asked Chris Christie honestly to be his VP, he would still do it. That's how big of a bitch Chris Christie is. Oh, I know I said some bad things about you, Donald, but I really appreciate this opportunity. That would be Chris Christie. I totally agree, Karstein. Like, look at Tony Blair, right? We can't fix problems because we never seem to admit we have them at high enough level. I agree, Solahov, 100%. I vote for these least evil in case they beat Biden. I will vote for Biden unless someone better comes along. All right, we got to give Davey some credit here. All right. Are you tempted to follow your principles and not support any of these people and maybe do a write-in candidate or protest or do anything other than put your vote behind Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, or Donald Trump? Please. Have you thought about any other consideration? Right? I feel like I'm talking to my daughter about to do pornography. Right? Have you really thought this through, Davey? All right, man. All right. Fair enough. I don't know. Fair enough, I guess. If someone came up to me and said, you have to pick Donald Trump, Chris Christie, or Ron DeSantis, I would vomit and pretend to have a seizure. You know? Someone put a gun to my head. I don't know. I guess I would pick one if someone put a gun to my head. But if, so, you know, it's like, hey, I'll give you, if you want this timeshare, right? You take a timeshare, you're stuck in a meeting with them, right? You have no choice. You have to pick three. I would pretend to have a seizure. Just go full blown, fucking like I'm on social media pretending like I have, some COVID vaccine related disease, right? Oh, I'm catching the COVID. Oh, it's the COVID vaccine's acting up. Oh, that COVID vaccine's acting up. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Oh yeah. Right? That's what I would do. So these poor sons of bitches, Russia over here, Russians saying we're done fighting. We don't want to do this anymore. We're getting our asses kicked. It's terrifying. We're under-equipped, right? And the plight of the Russian soldier. These guys are raped by their comrades, by their superiors. They're tortured by their comrades and superiors, put into pits, right? The discipline is terrible. The corruption is terrible. Just that's funny. But so you think these guys are human beings. They see what's going on. There's only so far you can push them. My news ticker, there it is. Very quiet video. We're going to turn this up a bit. Front and center man is not in shadow to be is not in shape, right? Look, come on, he's got a gut like me, right? He's over here. Let's go to the front line, boys. Let's go to the front lines, right? Let's go to the front lines. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was really loud. God damn it, the volume. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pushed the button. Sorry, that was really loud. Reminds me of the second turn of the 2017-2022 presidential elections in France. Vote for the plague of cholera. Great watermark. Awesome watermark, bro.
Здесь полковник ФСБ угрожал мобилизованным, которые отказались.
Yes, the colonel FSB threatened to mobilize.
И сейчас мы здесь отдохнули ровно 3 часа
после дороги с передка. Man, mic this guy up.
На передке, где мы были.
Can't fucking hear shit.
Нам не поставлялась БК. Нам не поставлялись ни вода, ни продукты питания. Не вывозились 300.
I think I agree with you, Davey. I think the oligarchs are cucked. I think the oligarchs are terrified, right? And Putin's wasted over 10 oligarchs. I'm talking billionaires. I'm talking incredibly connected, incredibly powerful people. Putin fucking wasted them, right? But before the 6-month mark was hit, right? There was oligarchs dropping like flies, right? And those were the guys trying to use their money and influence to maybe disagree with Putin. So I think they're cucked pretty fully.
Их никто просто не забирает.
Terrible orders are given, which in principle should not even be executed. Yeah, I mean, some of these orders are bananas. There might be evidence of some of these soldiers not even being given proper boots, right? Not even proper, attire to be out in the field. They got warehouses filled with boots, but they can't find a way to get these guys some fucking boots. Right? Senator News could be like 50 to 60 guys under one. Yeah, it's a mess.
Сейчас
Like
к
in
нам
3
приехали
months
и
he hasn't been
сказали,
paid.
пацаны, надо ехать в
And they do
Мариуполь.
that. They don't pay some of these guys because they're like, well, they're just going to die immediately. Oh, God, here we go. Murder comments. I was about to push a button, but the volume's too loud. Here comes trouble, Murdercom. Are you cooking up the worst possible thing that you could possibly think of right now, Murdercom? Is that what you're doing?
На передок.
But
Опять в мясорубку,
yeah, I mean,
где
because
мы-
they're like, oh, well, you know, we're not going to pay you right away because there's a really high chance that you're going to fucking die anyway. So
уже были.
И мы от этого не вернемся.
Суть
we will
этого
never return from
обращения
this.
такова.
they're starving. They don't even have clean water.
Записав это
Yeah.
обращение, разошлем это обращение своим родственникам. После чего мы отказываемся дальше
We used to go further,
идти
perform
выполнять
combat tests for a
боевые
number of
задачи
reasons
по
that we
вот этим
addressed.
по ряду причин, которые мы обратились в обращении. И
Surrendered to the hands
даемся
of
в
the
руки
military.
ВП. Пусть, если кто-то из нас...
There's a lot of
остаток,
surrenders.
фамилии мы позже перечислим.
Murder corn. I murder some corn. I love me some corn on the cob. I go full Looney Tunes, dude. I go full Looney Tunes on a
Если
fucking
даже
cob of corn,
кто-то
boy.
погибнет, он погибнет на передке, его просто застрелили.
He was simply zeroed out. Yeah, exactly.
Все, всем доброго
I
дня,
wouldn't.
слава
I mean,
России.
I've literally never seen a professional, quote unquote, professional military treat its own soldiers the way that the Russians, you know, I think I would rather fight for the Taliban. You know what I mean? I mean, if you know what I mean? I feel like the Taliban probably would have more camaraderie for their the war fighters, right? The guys that are in the front there. I know Russians and subtitles a little bit wrong. Oh, stupid fat. Well, you are a stupid fat whale. How would you know? What are they teaching Russian in whale school? In stupid whale school? Are they teaching Russian there? Well, please let us know, stupid fat whale. How was the translation incorrect? Corn belongs on nachos. He did it. He did it. Celebrate. Celebrate. He did the worst take of the night. Corn belongs on nachos. Laugh at this man. Laugh at this. Corn belongs on nachos. Worst take of the night. That's a take. Woo, that's a terrible one. That is shit. That is Duke. Duke. Congratulations, Murdercom. Congratulations, Murdercom, for the worst take of the night. That is some Duke. At least the Taliban can have your 9-1. That's what I'm saying, right? You get a little something if you're the Taliban, right? What do you get if you're Russian? A foot up the ass? If you're lucky, a foot up the ass. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Well, Patriot, some of the sickest fucks on the internet are in my chat, I guess. Corn on nachos? This man should be arrested. Send this man to the fucking gulag. What do the Russians call their little pits? Zinfandels or something? Zinfins? Something like that. They dig out these fucking pits that they throw their own soldiers down for 3 days. No food, no water, just starve to death in a hole. If you have enough, you know, if you have enough extra vodka in your gut, I guess you'll survive. HIMARS strike. Here's some red meat for everybody. I know you guys want some red meat. Panda Man. Red Foreman is competent. Okay. So no, they're nowhere like Red Foreman. Ukrainian HIMARS taking out battery of Russian MSTAS self-propelled howitzers. This is my favorite. I love ammo cook-offs. Fucking love ammo cook-offs. You know, Murdercom, I do have to say, I don't think I've actually tried it. All right. So I'm going to have to try it now. And if it turns, how do you even keep the corn on there? Where you got corn and cheese and beef and beans? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. You're adding sweet where savory should be. You're adding sweet where savory should be, dude. I don't know. I'm skeptical, but he's got me thinking now. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Vincent, for that follow. I love a good ammo cook-off. Ooh, they got a little ambient noise in this. It's so nice. Oh shit, loud. So here's the HIMARS firing off. There you go. 'Cause I'm proud to be an American. There's your tax dollars at work. At least we're doing something right with them. Oof. Oof. Hit, hit, hit. The hits keep coming. Go home, Russia. Look at those multiple positions hit. Multiple positions along the tree line. Oh, smoked it. Fucking smoked it. Woo! We got a cook-off, boys. Woo! Oh, I love broccoli with cheese. We got a cook-off. Get your goddamn s'mores, boys. Woo! Look at that. 'Cause I'm proud to be in America. Gotta love to see those HIMARS. Nasty motherfucking missiles. One more time. One more time. I gotta see this. Kramer and Seinfeld. You can't put anything. You can put anything you want on pizza. I agree, woke patriot. The people that are gatekeeping food. I was just gatekeeping nachos, by the way. Now I was kind of convinced. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try it. It doesn't seem like it worked to me. It's like I like my nachos beefy and cheesy. You know, I like my nacho. I was gonna say something nasty, but I like my nachos beefy and cheesy. And with, like, you know, refried beans, you know what I mean? It's big old scoops, right? I don't do none of that vegetable shit on my nachos. Get your fucking salad away from my nachos. I don't need your salsa. I don't need your tomatoes. I don't need your avocados. I don't need your lettuce. Oh, Vincent, you're a soldier. For what army? I don't put no salad on my nachos, okay? Beef, cheese, beans. That's what I want. Beef, cheese, beans. Ooh, can I show this? Hold on, let me censor this here. I might not be able to show this. One sec. I really should have this in a better spot. There we go. You can guess. Oh, which one is it, folks? Which one is it? I'm gonna say the French Foreign Legion. I'm gonna say the French Foreign Legion. I'm just double checking to make sure we're not seeing any dead bodies or anybody blow up here. Yep. Okay, we're good. I'm expecting someone to say the anti-woke army. Oh, shit. They're out there. They are for real out there, Davey. All right, so let's see here. Twitter has the best video player. The best. Did I mention the best? All right, here we go. Ooh, there it is right there, cruising along. Ooh, nasty. See, I really would have rather preferred to hear the missile and not this song. And there it is right there. Ooh, oh, whoops, wrong one. Actually, that's the approach. That's a good one. That's a good one for it. But no, there it is. Nice. Nice shot. Nice shot. One more time. G-Vent, okay. I mean, Ukrainian commanders are not commanding their soldiers to rape women. So far, the only evidence we've seen of that is Russian. Good shot. The Roblox oof. I don't want to get sued. That's what white on white crime looks like. Yeah, I don't want to get sued by Mr. Roblox there. All right, let's get our map update from Denny. And I think we're going to do a couple extra. If you got any really good combat footage you'd like to put in the chat, we'll go ahead and end the stream with a little extra combat footage. But let's go ahead and get our Ukraine update from your boy Denny. And also, big shout out to Denny's good friend who recently died, a warrior in Ukraine. He recently died. So, you know, RIP to Dennis's friend here. You know, pretty tough. It's pretty tough, you know, that he keeps going every day. He's doing it every day. He's not letting it get him down, but I'm sure it's getting to him, right? Okay, Vincent. All right, I think we're done with the Vincent show. Thank you so much. What do you say? I'll give Vincent a timeout. And maybe we'll see if he learns his lesson here. Oh, famous over here, by the way. Stream's going well. Hop on in. Going well. Hop on in. Good old famous hooking me up. Probably watching Amaranth or something, you know, much more entertaining stream. Let's get our update here from your boy Dennis.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for those links.
And welcome. Let's start from the front lines review. For this, we're gonna use the new military map presented by the International Institute of the War Researches. Let's go to Kherson area. Here they mentioned that Ukraine took some sort of the ground in this area near to Antonovsky Bridge. So all of this blue territory is under control by Ukrainian forces. As you can see, we are very close to the Dnieper River and quite far away from Oleshki city, or it's better to say the small town. Ukrainian troops are building the supply center in this area, and also Ukrainian command sends reinforcements to this territory regularly. However, it's still not enough to break the Russian defense. And
man, imagine being the Russians right here holding this position. This is gonna be just artillery alley right here.
And go to the nearby town. The yellow territory over here is also under the Russian control. Unfortunately, for now, it is like that. On this military map, you may see the detailed information about the Russian defense lines.
Thank you, Davey.
And here, the Kimbersky Peninsula is already peninsula again. Before, because of the flooding in this area, it turned to the island. And now there's the ground connection with the mainland. It means that Russia may continue supply of their group in the Kimbersky Peninsula. Let's go to the south front lines. Here in Lobkova, no any movement for maybe 1 week already, so everything is stationary there. Ukraine tries to move in from Orikhiv, but still without the main gain of the territory. There was the movement last week. I think we took around 1 kilometer of the land, something like that. Here near to Hulaypole, the fighting is continue, also without any sort of the movement. Here, after Ukraine reached control over...
Yeah, Solohov, yeah. I mean, the stuff that's in the stuff that's in this map that he's using is information that they were able to source off social media. So it's information that's already been made public. This map doesn't get any kind of, isn't like, you know, plugged into any kind of underground information source, right?
Rivnopil. We also tried to advance from this place. There are no any villages, just
I would say this information is at least 24 hours old.
Some fields, and I guess we're gonna move from
Yeah,
Urozhaina, going from this direction to Staromayorsk, simultaneously going from this direction as
you can
well.
blame Russia.
And there is the elevation in this area that is hard to reach. You can see the average elevation is around 200 meters, but still it is the obstacle and it's hard to reach the highland. Let's go to the Bakhmut area. Here, as you can see, Ukrainian army continued to push. Recently, we reached Kurdimivka. We took part of the village under control.
So, I mean, it's like, why haven't they taken back Bakhmut? Well, let me tell you, the Ukrainians have been taking the ground that is safe to take. They're not just going to throw soldiers into something that is pointless. Bakhmut, there's no strategic value to it. The strategic value was there when Wagner was willing to throw 5-to-1 men into this. When Wagner was just deleting their entire army, throwing it into Bakhmut, it made perfect sense to hold that as long as possible. That's not the case now. Let me tell you, Bakhmut is a sniper's paradise, right? It's already bombed to shit. You can only pulverize those empty buildings as much as possible, right? There's always going to be, just think of like World War II, right? Think of Berlin and World War II, all the bombing that it experienced, but it was still, right? The urban warfare in that environment was still incredibly hot, right? Regardless of how much bombing was happening. So why throw soldiers, into that if they're no longer making the mistake that Wagner was making? So take positions that are safe on the outskirts, take positions that are safe around Bakhmut. Let's just back it up here a touch, actually forward a little bit. 1 second, where am I? Yeah, here we go. So you take these positions around Bakhmut, and naturally Bakhmut is going to be draining out the more you take. But why sacrifice, right? Why sacrifice where sacrifice isn't needed? Make the right decision, take what's safe, hold it as long as you can, right? Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, to be frank though, I don't think I've seen an American politician with the kind of balls that Zelensky has. I think most American politicians are cowards compared to Zelensky. I really think Zelensky is very much a Winston Churchill-like character where the perfect man for the perfect time is put in the perfect position to change history. And I think that's the case with Zelensky. I'm not comparing, you know, their accolades and all that stuff. I'm just saying, like, on that base level, right? Like, Zelensky's the perfect guy for the perfect time in the perfect position, just like Churchill was, you know.
Also, Ukrainian forces are moving closer to Klishivka.
Thank you for all these
According
links,
to
guys.
the information which is coming from the Ukrainian command center, our guys intensified the assault actions in the Bakhmut area. But still, looking at this military map, even if we'll take the Bakhmut under control, there are heavy defense lines of the Russian Federation behind the Bakhmut, so I don't see the close.
And why you know, why push this when your fight is down south? Let Russia put as much resources as they want right here, right? Keep their interest, make sure you keep it interesting for them so that they don't move them. But why engage with all this when your real goal is south, right? You got Russia doing you a big favor putting all their people here. Not everyone, but, you know, a big chunk of resources just sitting here, right? Do what you can to keep them there, but, you know, the real drive is going to be in Crimea. We all know that. If Russia was smart, they'd be taking half of this and putting it south and letting Ukraine retake Bakhmut and retake these areas. But they just can't. They have their own Russian exceptionalism, right? They think that they can spread their military out, they stretch it across the entire border and just deny Ukraine everything. Something has to give, and that's exactly what we're seeing Ukraine try to test. They're probing and testing and looking for that opportunity. If the Ukrainian military is to be believed, they have a bunch of reserves ready to go. I'm about 50-50 on that one. Like I said, if that was true, why would they be telling us?
Future perspectives for Ukrainian army to penetrate those lines. We need to concentrate our forces on some sort of the direction. If it is the south part of Ukraine, we need to go all in over there with the current resources available. For now, Ukraine tries to search for the weak spot of the Russian army and then move most of the resources into particular position. According to Blinken, the Ukrainian counteroffensive is now at the early stage. He says that the major events will take place over the coming weeks and months. The Ukrainian armed forces have everything for success, Blinken says. I will correct him, probably we have everything for success. We are still in lack of the Western-made fighter jets, and we are still in lack of the long-range ground-based missiles like ATACMS. But it seems like there is the good news about ATACMS after most of the senators pushed the White House to agree the deal to supply those rockets.
Goddamn, look at that fucking monster, dude. That looks like it's out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. Look at that thing, dude. What does this do to a building? What does this do to a like, you know, to a forward operating base? Holy shit, dude. This looks mean. I've heard that the counterattack will happen soon for months now. It's already happening, Counting Sheep. It's been announced. Just because we haven't seen the same momentum that we saw in the previous one, that doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's absolutely happening. Zelensky literally announced it. But, you know, I think there's a plan. So I think I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to jump to conclusions here. I'm already seeing the media say that the offensive is petering and faltering out, right? And it's like, no, it isn't. That's not a fair assessment of what's happening right now. Ukraine is taking territorial gains every single day. Okay, that is not an offensive that is petering out. Ukraine is literally taking fucking a country back every single day. They're making gains. Okay, Russia is not holding them back, and Russia is not taking over parts that Ukraine wanted to take. Russia is retreating
to Ukraine. Now,
exactly,
according to many of the resources, for example, here the Wall Street Journal says that the deal is very close to be conducted. United States close to approving long-range missiles for Ukraine ATACMS. Actually, the United States of America already have the project of the budget for the next year, and their ATACMS is included as the supply for Ukraine. So I think that the main decision has already been taken by the White House, and those missiles will be supported to Ukraine, hopefully this year. This is the possible range of the ATACMS.
Well, Hollywood, it's fair to say that a lot of the strategy that we're seeing is influenced by the West. So yeah, we do have characters like Petraeus and all these other U.S. generals that are absolute pampered jokes that I wouldn't want anywhere close to a war. But That isn't to say that the military-industrial complex doesn't have its fair share of competent strategists. Because I mean, let's be fair, Ukrainian military has been leaning very heavily on Western intelligence, and I assume are taking advice about strategy from the West as well. So let's not count the West out completely just because it's bloated bureaucracy and it's like, you know, a mess. Clearly, the United States there's some competency there, right?
Missiles, there are two types, Block 1 and Block 1A, 103, 186 miles accordingly. With the long-range variant, Ukraine is able to reach the Kerch Bridge. But even with the shorter range, rockets were able to reach most of the Russian hubs and supply centers that are now unreachable with the standard HIMARS rockets. I think that attempted military coup in
Cryborn, enjoy your Chex Quest CD. It's a wonderful game. Play it today.
Russia also played a great role for those supplies for Ukraine. Because our allies see that Putin's administration is getting weaker, Russia itself is getting weaker as well. There is no way for Russia to equally respond to the supplies of the ATACMS rockets and to counter-react to this measure presented by allies. About the Wagner army, there are many of the centers that are still open in the Russian Federation, and it seems like no one is going to close them in the nearby future. Those are the recruitment centers where Wagner gets all of its volunteers. About the new Wagner bases in Belarus, today it's...
Yeah, Davey makes a great point. And coming up this Saturday, I will have footage of a trench-making machine from the 1950s going at it, right? Amazing piece of machinery. So make sure you check in this Saturday for the big stream, because I'll have that video ready to go. Let's just take a peek at Davey's link. And don't worry, I'm going to go through the chat, and we're going to look at all that combat footage that you sent me. But I want to let Dennis finish here. He's all hitting me up on Twitter. I do have a Twitter, folks. If you want to like and subscribe on the Twitter, help your boy out. Algorithm hates my fucking guts. Algorithm hates me on YouTube. Algorithm hates me on Twitter. But if you want to help your boy out, it's right there. Thank you, Davey. But yeah, look at these trench lines. These are nasty, right? And let me tell you, it's like triple, quadruple effort. Are we serious? This entire town is literally surrounded with a trench network. This entire city, town right here. And yeah, the mines are outrageous. We're seeing a lot of the Ukrainian, like the worst Ukrainian losses that we're seeing are Ukrainians stuck in minefields. There is an unfortunate video of a Ukrainian getting his leg blown off, jumping out of an APC right onto a mine. It's the most tragic thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, really. Crawls back into the ACP with his leg literally hanging on by a fucking shred of flesh. You know, brave soldier, does not deserve that. The minefields are absolutely disgusting, but yeah, look at these trench lines literally surrounding the entire city here, right here, and it's all this just deep. Look at these. I bet the thickness of the line indicates how many trenches there are. And then on top of that, right, you break through all of this, you finally get through all of this, then you have the Crimean environment to deal with. You know how shitty it is to move supplies and troops through Crimea? It's a fucking wetland. It's a swamp, right? It's you have like 3 roads you can take to get into Crimea, because it's all, and you're like you're bottlenecked on these roads that are crossing these wetlands. Really nasty shit. So yeah, I'm not prepared to shit on the offensive quite yet, because this is hell on earth. This is some of the hardest fighting that we're seeing in the world right now. Yeah, check out the spot in between Ukraine and Crimea. Check out the map. It's just all water. It's all water with land. It's like a massive fucking. It's terrible to be moving troops and supplies through. It's absolutely terrible, because it focuses all your supply lines on these few roads, on these few veins, making that super easy targets as you're coming in. And Russia knows that. Why? He's got dinosaurs. Davey has dinosaurs. Oh, that's so cute. He's got dinosaurs on his little profile, Davey, over here. That's adorable.
been confirmed that there will be 3 of the bases on Belarus territory. 2 of them at the western side of the Belarus bordering the NATO member countries, and 1, as I said to you yesterday, not far away from the Russian border. The self-proclaimed president of Belarus said that Wagners will train the regular armed forces of Belarus for further military possible action.
So Davies over here, he doesn't think they're going to invade. He thinks that they're going to siege. So the difference there is that Ukraine is going to likely set themselves up to have full coverage of Crimea artillery wise. You know, get that set up, and blow up all the bridges, the Kerch bridge and the other bridge that was just moderately damaged just recently. Blow up all the bridges. Any Russian in the Black Sea, right, that's trying to cross the Dnipro River or trying to cross the Black Sea from Russia into Crimea, hit those targets. So just boom, 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 like just make the Russian lives hell. And if they can't get supplies in, if they can only get supplies in from the water or from the air, you could potentially attempt a successful siege of Crimea. But the thing about a siege is that you need time. You need time for a siege to work. Does Crimea have enough time to get south far enough to start sieging? And then once that starts, does Crimea have enough time to sustain a siege, right? So that Russia eventually pulls out and gives up Crimea. Those are very big questions, and I don't have confident answers for them.
Indeed, the fighting on the front lines has intensified, and I cannot post many of the videos on this resource. To be updated with more information, please check out my Telegram channel. You might find the link for it in a video description just below. We have
Hollywood. We've already seen images of the Crimean beaches, like right out of World War II, like the big what do they call them? Can't quite remember the name of those big ass bollocks motherfucking things, those steel things that are, you know, those big X's. They got those all along the entire beach.
Almost reached 200,000 subscribers over there, and I update the information there more regularly. There you may also post comments, pictures, and interact with other users. For example, this picture was posted. It's the Denmark Armed Forces with a German MG42, I guess, machine gun. Looks funny, but apparently could be effective against the low-flying...
Hey, if this thing is quick and can go places that a tank can't go, and you can position this gun and squirt off, squirt off a couple rounds, could be dangerous. But, man, boy, you are trading, you know what I mean? If this had like a video game rating, the speed would be off the charts, but the armor would be like one little bar. Dragon's teeth, hedgehogs and dragon's teeth. Thank you both. Thank you. Yes. Hedgehogs and dragon's teeth. But yeah, those big ass, no, dragon's teeth are the cement pyramids. The hedgehogs are the big X's, the big steel. They're more than an X, right? They're built in a specific way so that tanks can't easily roll over them, that they would get caught in the treads and whatnot. But I think those are called hedgehogs, and dragon's teeth are those cement pyramids.
Drones.
The side should have 2 big shields on it. No, but then you slow it down. What do you think kind of engine is in this little thing, dude? This is like a lawnmower. Like it probably has an engine weaker than a Neon, you remember the Probe, a Ford Probe, or a Neon, or like a Honda Fit, right? It probably has an engine that's weaker than a Honda Fit. You know what I mean? You put 2 pieces of armor on this thing, and it's going to go 5 miles an hour. No, the advantage you have in this is speed. You're not hitting this with a drone at, flying down the highway. But bro, it's a tuk-tuk. It's a 3-wheeler. Do you know how easily this thing would roll and tip? You don't have a lot of maneuverability. Put 4 wheels on this fucking thing. What is this single-wheeled insanity? Dude, you know how easy it is to roll a tuk-tuk? Come on, man.
The Russian army started to get their very old artillery shells from their storage.
I can't believe this. And I cannot believe this. This is not real. This is not fucking real. Apparently, this is a picture of Russian ammo that like a Ukrainian was taking a picture of, like they took over a Russian area, right? That was before World War II. This cannot be real. The rusty AKs, no boots, and artillery shells. World War I artillery shells? Come on, no way! No way, dude! Come on, man. It cannot be this bad. It cannot be this bad. You're not even checking the boxes. You're just loading those. Because think about how much money and time and resources did they spend bringing this to the front line? This! If I was a commander running an artillery unit, I wouldn't put those in my gun. What's that going to do to my barrel? Right? You want one of these exploding in my barrel and taking out my gun, my artillery gun, right? No professional military would do this. This is beyond anti-productive. This is I mean, come on.
Those are from 1939, made before the Second World War. As you can see, they're rusty, and I wonder if you can shoot them from the artillery systems. Russian soldiers start.
I don't know if that's the case with these, but a lot of artillery shells are not just solid pieces of metal. There's a mechanism inside, right, that can rust out, that you know, you're I mean, it's not just a lunk of steel, right?
To complain about the quality of those shells, and they take the pictures and send them on the social media.
Okay, so there you go, Davey. Thank you, Davey, for that context, right? Because we have seen Russians make booby traps, right? Basically load up a vehicle. We saw that amazing footage from a couple weeks ago of that attempt to send a suicide vehicle right into the Ukrainian trench, and the explosion was massive. I mean, they loaded this thing up, right? And the Ukrainians luckily took it out before it reached the front, but the explosion still hit the trench line that the Ukrainians were in. Absolutely. That shockwave probably deafened them, right? So that maybe that's the case. Maybe these are meant for the VBIEDs, vehicle-based IEDs. Is that what that stands for? We are seeing, and tell me that isn't a tactic of desperation. That is a tactic of desperation, right? VBIEDs, right? That's not a professional military using, you know, its resources. Yeah, it's a car bomb, exactly. But a nasty car bomb, right? These make the, you know, the troubles look like 4th of July.
To draw the attention to the topic. The Russian prisoners who are now fighting for the Russian particular line expert about it.
Okay.
Putin visited some of the science exhibition in Russia, and he drew something on the board over here. And I'm not the expert. I published this video on my Telegram channel asking the public to tell what he drew. Actually, most of my viewers and followers said that it is the SpongeBob over there. I'm not sure, because SpongeBob doesn't have the ears.
This is like some math thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? I thought he was gonna show that he knew math or something. He was gonna do some calculation or something. He drew a smiley face. He walks up to a mathematician's chalkboard, right? This is some kind of teaching tool, I guess. Bro, this is George W. Bush shit, right? This is like Trump shit. What the fuck you doing, man? This is embarrassing.
So it's very strange.
But what he's trying to do, he's trying to show that he's human. He's, oh look, you know, the Russian populace that thinks I'm a tyrant, right? I'm also human. That's what this is.
Drawing from
Davey,
Putin. He even signed it, and everyone around was astonished about his drawing.
No, this is George W. Bush level. He's I mean, George W. Bush literally went on Ellen with his fucking artwork, right? But yeah, this is Dan Quayle. Who was that asshole in the tank? Buchanan? Was it Pat Buchanan? Looking like a little like mouse in the tank with his little tank helmet on. Is that Buchanan?
And he is very proud of it. There were even sovereigns that he drew the Botnik. It is the meme image that we have since 2014 to show the average drunk Russian who supports Putin's actions. So this is the original image. It is very strange.
Oh, Dukakis. Woke Patriot over here. Thank you, Woke Patriot. Yeah, Dukakis is fucking Dukakis. Thank you, Panda Man. This isn't green screen. This is real life, Solahov. Dukakis. I'm so nostalgic for that era, man.
While Prigozhin was spotted in Russia, St. Petersburg, he went
I
to
can't believe
Belarus
he's still.
yesterday.
You got to get the fuck out of here, Prigozhin. What are you doing? What are you doing, Prigozhin? What the fuck are you doing? How are you not in Africa already? He's got his own jets, by the way, folks. He's got helicopters, jets. He's got his own fucking, he's got his own spooks with him, How are you still in Russia, Belarus, dude? You are literally wanted enemy number one. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that he's still there. I don't know. Since when is Denis Kucinich relevant in the last 10 years?
And today he went to Moscow and then flew
you think
to
so,
St.
Davey? He's waiting?
He tried to hide his face, but he was uncovered. As it was reported by Ukrainian intelligence, there's the fight between the military Russian intelligence and the Russian FSB. They have very strong tensions between each other, and now the situation starts to escalate. Actually, the Wagner project was created by the Russian...
Watch Prigozhin go to another Russian, like he did a couple weeks ago, right? He went to the Russian military base and he gave him some papers. The lady in the window, like, awkwardly closed the window. And he was like, look at this, they're ignoring me. Is he going to go back to the manager and complain some more?
Military intelligence. About the General Surovikin, his position is yet unknown. Some of the Russian resources stated that he wasn't really arrested, but the Western resources published the information that he is now in Lefortovo, arrested by the Russian FSB. The Russian officials said that Wagner will not take part in the war any longer. The same information we have from the Ukrainian chief of intelligence,
Wagner no longer exists.
He said that Wagner will not go to...
There's rumors that Russia is trying to take over Wagner's mines in Africa, right? Completely cutting off Wagner's source of income.
Ukraine, they have different tasks nowadays. Video of Putin, probably from yesterday's meeting with the people in Dagestan. Very strange. Russia started to use the special nets over their vehicles to avoid grenade damage that could be dropped from the drones. As you can see, the construction...
I mean, this would work. This would work with a simple grenade dropped over it, right? Maybe.
Is very big, and it's the huge...
Hey, Kucinich was 100% correct on UFOs so far, by the way, I'd like to mention.
The masking factor of their vehicles that could be destroyed by artillery in that case, or anti-tank missiles. As you see, it's just enormously huge. My friends, now
I gotta say though, I mean, look, it looks silly, it looks stupid, but it would... Can we honestly sit here and say, I gotta both sides this a little bit. Can we honestly sit here and say, you're a Russian soldier, right? You got the Kremlin backing you up, right? Oh yeah, thanks a lot, comrade, right? Would you do everything you could? You're right. This is all stolen materials from like garages and Ukrainian areas. But but it's not about being conspicuous, right? Because your enemy's going to be seeing you, right? I feel like I would be doing the same thing, is what I'm trying to say, is that I feel like I would be doing the same kind of... It would look ridiculous, but like, hey, if it prevents one grenade from getting in the tank, right, and keeps me and my men alive, what's wrong with that, right? It looks ridiculous, but if it works... it's not going to work, though, on anything other than simple, dropped, regular grenades that are dropped from drones. It's not going to work on anything else, obviously. All right, so I'm just going through your links here with some of your amazing combat footage. Thank you, Dennis, by the way. We're just going to go through a few of these links and then call it a day, folks, on this Thursday stream. Ooh, goddamn. Oof. All right, we definitely check that one out. Just going to cue these up here really quick. There's a trigger warning. One of these videos has a man in their underwear. If you cannot handle sexy Ukrainian warriors in their underwear, then you better not watch. Sexy absolute beasts of men. He's getting his dick sprayed right there. getting the old dick sprayed. You can't handle that, then this is an 18+ stream, all right? Dicks will get wet on the News Underground, all right? Dicks get wet on the News Underground. That's just a fact. I need to double check some of these links though from Panda Man here and Solahov. No offense, Solahov. You seem really nice. You seem very trustworthy, but I still need to check them. Let me just do a quick check here. Play some tunage. Ooh, yeah. Civ Div. Oh, I can't show. No, I can't. Nah, God, Solahov. I can't be showing no Civ Div video, bro. Holy shit. Civ Div is keeping it real on YouTube. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this link for yourself. I can't play it. I love Civ Div's videos. I can't play them, dude. They're just well, no, okay, I can show a little bit of this video. I cannot show all of it. It is a good video. Just checking Panda Man's clip here. I think we've actually... Or the quality on this is atrocious. Yeah, we don't see any dead bodies, and we do see... Oh, actually, no. Is that a dead body? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think that's a dead body there, Panda Man. Sorry. Sorry about that. We won't be able to show that one. Second link is safe. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, Panda Man. No dice. Video is unavailable in my region. Sky News. I can't show a Sky News video. I fucking hate this system. I show Sky News videos all the time. What's the difference? Okay, I think that's everything. Gonna double check here. Oh, then we got someone clip. What is this? Panda Man over here clipping me. What the fuck is this? Oh no. What the fuck? What is happening? What is this? 'Cause I'm proud to be an American. Okay. All right. That's kind of funny. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do it. No one is shot or killed in my second link. Okay. Excellent. Okay. All right. Here's Davy's link here. This is the moment artillery shell hit the position of the Ukrainian military. Thank God everyone is alive and well. I mean, this is what, you know, if I was on the battlefield, this is what would, you know, turn me into a stressed out, frizzled out, you know, can barely, you know, hold my shit together kind of guy. Because it can happen any moment. You know, it's all working out, you know, we're killing it. We're kicking butt, and then, you know, some guy is like literally blown to pieces in front of you. This can happen at any moment on the battlefield, even if you have cover. As you can see here, these guys have cover. It's just, you know, war is hell. Right. You know what else is hell? Putting music like this to a video like this. Stop the madness, please. All right, one more time. Let's watch this video. Stop putting... First of all, stop putting copyrighted music, but stop putting wildly inappropriate music to these clips. Is this pop song really? Do these artists really? This shit is cringe, dude. Stop. But as you can see here, I mean, where did this even hit? Was this outside? Wow, look at that. Look at that, dude. He is standing right there. So that's frame 0, and that's the next frame. So it's an explosion happening right outside the entrance to this. And look at this soldier right here. Showered in, I mean, God knows what. Is that shrapnel, or are these just sparks? Probably sparks. He'd probably be dead if that was shrapnel. But look at that. Really? We're just gonna, you know, this guy's like, you know, traumatized for life. Chicka chicka Slim Shady. Really? You know? Really? You know? Can we stop this? Russian aviation strikes on the highway near Bugivikia, Vonorzhizhia region during the recent Wagner rebellion. So I'm hearing reports now that Wagner shot down 7 helicopters, including the aerial control base that they shot down. By the way, Ukraine has never shot down one of those before, probably because they never got it close enough. They got it close to Wagner and that thing was shot down. It's a mobile, it's like a mobile HQ, you know, it's like they're up in the sky, like running the whole operation. Yeah, Solahov, undoubtedly. Thankfully, no one died, though. So Wagner shooting down. Oh, fuck you. Holy shit. So is this Wagner getting hit or is this Wagner hitting somebody? I'm curious here. Let's see. Russian aviation. So this is Russia attacking Wagner on the road, dude. And look at all these civilian trucks. Are these Wagner trucks? Maybe they're Wagner supply trucks. Those trucks are Wagner trucks? Okay. So they're using civilian trucks, huh? Oh, let's turn it around, boys. Time to go. Holy shit, dude. Nasty. You're just putzing along. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Yikes. Okay. Yep. Oop. I don't know, man. It's liberation. I don't know about this. It's so unreal and true break from my comfortable reality. Yeah, welcome to the News Underground. Keeping it real hurts. That's the, you know, that's really the slogan for this stream. You know, keeping it real hurts. You know, I wish I could be like Destiny and just, you know, be 100% neoliberals are great, you know, we're winning and just support the status quo, you know, or like Vosh who like supports the you know, the military industrial complex. Basically, he just fully agrees with, you know, all the Fed talking points. Really, when you break down his arguments of all the yelling that he does, right? But it's basically just agree with the CIA, agree with the military industrial complex. I mean, does Vosh criticize NATO? Does he, you know, or does he participate in that NAFO cringe bullshit like Dylan Burns does, right? Where all of a sudden NATO is a good guy, really? NATO's a good guy. It's no longer an arm of U.S. imperialism. It's just magic. So, yeah, keeping it real hurts because I would really like to just tell you what, I would really like to tell the neoliberals what they want to hear so they'd watch me, like an Emma Vigeland, right? Or I would really like to tell the right wing what they want to hear, like a Ben Shapiro, right? And just rake in the dough. But no, I'm that miserable asshole who no one likes, right? Which is why my stream is so popular, right? You come in, you hang out, you feel great. You're like, I disagree with this guy, and you leave. Understandably. Do I have a sexy song? I need a sexy song. This is... Yeah. Turn it around. Okay, it's wildly inappropriate. I think this guy was like, what, was he hit with like radiation and is being treated for it? Oh, it's training. Okay, awesome. I can make fun of it. Yeah, I can be goofy with it. I thought maybe this guy was actually like radiated poisoning. It was like a big emergency and I was a complete jackass. Woo! I'm only a jackass, not a complete jackass. Thank goodness. All right, this is from your boy Solahov. Okay, nope, that isn't right. Sorry, that's my fault. There we go. All right, I'm just going to give it a quick check, Solahov. You're just new to the stream, so I just got to, you know, I got to be careful. I'm one beheading away from... Oh, yeah, actually, I've showed this weeks ago. But yeah, we'll go ahead and show it again because this does, you never read the description. Sorry, Davey. I'm trying to be entertaining. Did I make you laugh? Did I make you smile a little bit with my funny dance and the funny song at least? Did I make you laugh? Because this does show the horrors of war, right? And innocent people are getting caught up in this. Ukrainian girl filming a video in Kyiv this morning the moment a Russian missile hits across the street. So this was 9 months ago. This was 9 months ago. Shocking stuff. Yeah, I was just joking. You don't know how to joke. frightening. And I mean, and listen to that, right? You're like, because you see it on, like, you'll see it on like a CCTV camera. It doesn't seem, it's like puff of smoke, some shit flying around. It's like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. But listen to it. Listen to that. You're walking down the street and you hear this. Damn, dude, damn. Yeah, very frightening. Very frightening. Fuck Putin, right? Fuck Putin. So here we go. Last couple videos, folks. Let's actually do this one because I can't show the whole video. This is interesting, though, because what we see here is this Russian put up this dirt barricade that is actually pretty damn effective against the drum grenades. I've often asked myself, okay, why don't they just leave? Why don't they just retreat? The answer is that their commanding officers are telling them to stay there. They're not being given an order to retreat. They're being given an order that they have to stay put. They will be shot at. They will be shot at if they run away. So it's like why don't you move from this position? Because like after the first grenade, you would be like, okay, they know where I'm at. They're gonna keep dropping grenades. Get the hell out of there, right? Move positions. But he never does. He never does. He stays in this position long enough for this guy to, I think he drops like 5 grenades like that, you know, but they're all because of his dirt shield, right? Because of his little dirt mound that he puts in there. That doesn't kill him. The Ukrainian military eventually gets up to this position and just shoots in there, just wastes the guy, right? Throws grenades, you know, at an angle that that kills them and then finishes them off with a rifle. It's just so sad because the Ukrainian military would have told this soldier, get out of there, you know, retreat, right? Get out of there. They know you're there. Don't hang around. And what does the Russian military do? They say, you know, not only do you need to stay there, but if you dare to try to run, we're going to shoot you. We're going to kill you. A flashbang wouldn't kill him. Panda Man, if the soldier doesn't relinquish their weapon and show signs that they're giving up, they're fair game according to the Geneva Conventions, right? So if you hide in a pit with your gun, you're still fighting. You're still fighting. They use shovels to shield themselves from the shrapnel. Oh, shovels! Really interesting input there, Solohov. And welcome, Linker Co. I remember a few months ago a drone dropping grenades on a Russian soldier like 4 times. Every time he would grab the grenade and throw it away. Yeah, I think I've seen something similar. I saw one where, you know, he was trying to do that. It landed right in his lap, and he tried to throw it away, and he didn't have enough time, and he died. So anyway, I don't, you know, spoiler alert, you're going to have to watch this yourself. I can't show you the whole video. They eventually, like I said, the Ukrainians just approached this tank. I think there's a couple of them in there and finished them off. And it's a direct result of how Russia runs its wars right here. It's so sad. These Russian soldiers did not need to die this way. They should have retreated and regrouped at the next front line. And instead they, you know, I hope that paycheck, you know, whatever amount of money is going to your friend's family or wife or whatever was worth it, man, because this doesn't seem worth it. Dying like a dog under a fucking tank, you know? I mean, dying in one of the most pathetic ways, right? Doesn't seem like it's worth it to me. Flashbangs can kill, absolutely. From that video, I believe the Ukrainian guy that rushed to that tank was shot but lived. I think so, yeah. They were shooting out of the tank. Yeah, I think you're right, Counting Sheep. All right, final video of the day, folks. And thanks again for everybody that provided videos in the chat for our final bit here. I do appreciate it. And thanks again to everybody in the Discord, Woke Patriot, Davey, Chem Goblin, and Panda Man providing links in the Discord. And once again, I would like to express my sorrow and shame at Davey's choice of voting, even if it is the Republican primary. I just need to repeat how sad I am. But let's go ahead and watch this video. A strike on the base of the Russian personnel somewhere in the Donetsk region, as well as a video of the consequences of that strike filmed by Russians. I know, Panda Man, I know. I know you're a right-winger. you're not doing a very good job hiding it if that's what you're trying to do. But I'm aware you're a right winger and you support fascism. I know. All right, so let's check it out. So this is from the Ukrainians' point of view. This is a strike. Awesome. I love this music. Yes, yes, totally appropriate. I love dancing to death. Death footage. Death footage. Anyway, so this is what it looks like from the Ukrainian perspective. I guess this is actually from the Russian perspective right here. Can't hear what they're saying, of course, because... Oh, we can. Okay. Yeah, it's fucked up when you invade a country. Still burning, yeah. Oh. DeSantis is a punk wannabe fascist who's not even good at, you know, his job, which is trying to, like, you know, lie and connive and, you know, get votes. He's actually really quite terrible at that too. You know, if you look at DeSantis and say, "Yep, that's my man, that's my guy," that really does tell me everything about you as a person, right? That you can look at that lump of shit and want to support that. Even in today's climate, you know, post-Trump, all that, you look at DeSantis, you're like, "Yep, that's my guy." The book banner, the guy who cynically weaponizes LGBTQ people, right? Attacks a small minority because he refuses to do policies that are actually popular, embarrasses himself to the corporate oligarchs at Disney, and you're like, "Yep, that's my guy." Panda Man, he is absolutely a fascist, and the fact that you're still, you know, obviously doing that conservative bullshit, right? Don't believe your lying eyes. Oh, he's not really banning books. You can still buy the book on Amazon. Banning pedo books? Really? Okay. You know what, Panda Man? I think it's time. I think we're going to say goodbye to you. Have a good one. I think I'm done with Panda Man. I'm going to go ahead and ban him from my Discord as well. I'm sick. I'm officially sick of Panda Man. It never stops, Woke Patriot. It really does never stop, and I'm sick of it. No, I'm really not interested in Panda Man's discourse anymore. I'm done with it. Thank you so much, Panda Man, for your time. Please waste your time somewhere else in someone else's stream. Thank you. I proudly support a fascist. He's not banning books. Okay, I think I've heard enough. Every single right-wing lie and obfuscation comes out of Panda Man's mouth, and I put up with it for about a week, and I'm officially done with it. You know, go find yourself a Steven Crowder stream. Go find yourself a Kill stream, right? Go find yourself a Quartering who agrees with your right-wing point of view, Panda Man. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of you injecting right-wing bullshit into every single conversation. I'm done with it. You're done. Goodbye. So yeah, this is the Russian reaction to their building getting bombed. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have invaded, right? Maybe you shouldn't have invaded. I hope that meager paycheck. Apparently they get paid pretty well for your average Russian. I'm done with it, Woke Patriot. We're now, conservatives are now, I'm supposed to respect conservative ideology that is actively banning books and attacking LGBTQ people, justifying it, and just like the horrors never stop, and they keep. I'm not going to let go of this ideology. I'm not going to let go of this ideology. I'm just going to stick with. Oh, Trump is too much, but DeSantis isn't. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with those people in my orbit, you know. But anyway, thank you for that link. Excellent job. Ukraine, kicking butt. Love to see it. Love to see it. Folks, I want to remind you that the only way to create real political change is to participate in my 3-step program. It's just that easy, actually. Step 1 is to inform yourself. Step 2 is to join a progressive, not a conservative, activist organization. And step 3 is to put in the work. Put in the work. You know why? Because the Panda Mans are putting in the work. And then we have characters like Davey, who are not necessarily bad actors, but are supporting fascists anyway. With that said, he's only going to support the fascists in the primary, And then he says he's going to vote for the neoliberal, which, all right, I'll take it. But the fascists are working hard to change our lives. Steve Bannon's plan is being implemented across America. Our democracy is absolutely under attack by bad actors who are not convinced by facts. Panda Man was here for at least 2 weeks, right? Right-wing talking point after right-wing talking point after right-wing talking point. Do you think I changed his mind at all? You know, do you think I changed his mind on any of the things that I saw, right? Any of the realities that I saw? Do you think, he was being convinced? No. I'm going to vote DeSantis. I can't wait to vote DeSantis, right? That sounded like an enthusiastic, I'm going to vote DeSantis. He didn't say I can't wait, but, right? So why are we allowing these people to dominate us? Yeah, Davey, it's really gross. I didn't need a reminder that you like to eat shit. So I must train and beat my child in a wrestling match for her hand. Okay. I'm not sure, like, Panda Man should be given the benefit of the doubt as to whether they have a mind to change. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they were here, right? Were they here? Was Panda Man here to just simply, like, he was acting like he was on his side. He was like a warrior for the right in every single right-wing talking point. Like, everything that I say needs to be counteracted with, hey, let's derail the stream. Was he doing that, or was he just, just a regular guy? I don't know. We'll never know. I don't care. I'm tired of it. You see a politician banning books. Oh, those pedo books, the Rosa Parks book, the math book, pedo books, the Bible, a pedo book. I'm done with this, right? I'm done with the right-wing bad actors. We need to defeat them. We don't need to have camaraderie with them. They're our enemy. The right-wing conservatives in our life are our enemy. They're actively trying to make our lives worse. They vote to make our lives worse, to remove our rights so that they can force their ideology and their religion down our throat. Actively, they encourage gun anarchy, making our lives actively less safe. Where would America be without this right-wing desire to have gun anarchy everywhere? We'd be worse, really, with less guns? We'd be worse off? So no, these people are our enemy. They need to be attacked. They need to be politically destroyed. They need to be rebutted and ignored while we are doing what we can to defeat them politically. So I'm just tired of it, man. Every single fucking thing I say, the fucking right-wing talking point right there. And who is every time? Panda Man. Tired of it. Goodbye. So thank you, everybody. Peace in that motherfucking Middle East. Glory to the Ukrainian democracy. And, take care of yourself out there, okay? I'm going to see you on Saturday.